debating theists, we invariably get accosted by a nonsensical apologetic reductionism that, in my opinion, immediately discredits the theist argument, whatever it may be. We've all heard it from the likes of William Lane Craig, Frank Turek, Dinesh D'Souza, and countless others when talking about things like morality, consciousness, our origins, and a host of other topics. It's this notion that without God, we are only a collection of atoms, or morals are simply subjective personal opinions. They attempt to diminish our importance or capacities as humans by reducing us to merely molecules, or just a bunch of atoms. To say consciousness or morality are simply our subjective opinions and experiences is ridiculous. There's nothing simple about it.
And therefore what we call moral values are just the spin-offs of socio-biological evolutions. Where does this notion of rights suddenly come from? That's just
history and sociology.
Right, just sociologically ingrained behaviors.
Morality seems to be an emergent construct of profoundly enigmatic, sentient social creatures. And consciousness is, to the best of my understanding, an emergent property of a highly ordered and complex cognitive matrix. And to say they're just chemical reactions or merely subjective illusion is not only dishonest, it's absolutely absurd. They'll use phrases like molecules to man, fish to philosopher, a collection of chemicals, or my favorite, from goo to the zoo to you, in an obvious attempt to degrade humans by reducing us to nothing more than our atomic constituents or our evolutionary ancestors. Yes, we are made of molecules, and yes, we are the result of chemical processes, and yes, we evolved from simple ancestors. But there's nothing mere about it. To reduce us to a pile of chemicals is to ignore billions of years of evolutionary history, as well as our entire shared history as a social species. This attempt to diminish us blatantly ignores everything we know about chemistry, biology, anthropology, sociology, and a profusion of other scientific knowledge we've amassed throughout all of recorded history. The sheer stupidity of this form of non-argument simply boggles the mind. I've been trying to figure out what their ultimate purpose is for using this tactic, and I don't want to be guilty of using the same sort of gambit by assuming the worst in them, but I just can't think of anything more profound than a base appeal to ego. I suppose if you think the entire universe was created just for you by an omnipotent deity who hangs on your every word, anxious to help you find your lost car keys, your ego probably will rebel at the notion of you being just simply mere chemicals. But if you think this is a credible argument,
Error.